They say the people closest to you are the ones who can destroy you the most. For years, Cassandra was my everything, my partner, my confidant, my safe harbor in the chaos of building a life and a company. I believed in her the way you believe in the sunrise, unquestioning, unwavering. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but it was solid, or so I thought. She was smart, ambitious, and fiercely independent. I admired those things about her, even when they clashed with my own driven nature. We were building something together, and for 5 years, I thought we were on the same path. I couldn't have been more wrong. It was a crisp autumn night when my world came crashing down. I remember it so vividly because everything felt so normal. I was coming home from the office, the weight of my latest project finally lifting off my shoulders. My tech company had secured a major investor, and we were poised to expand in ways I'd only dreamed of. I even had a diamond ring in my pocket, ready to ask Cassandra to be my wife. But when I stepped into the penthouse, I knew something was off. The lights were dimmed, but I could hear voices, hers and someone else's. I moved closer, quiet as I could. And that's when I heard Damien's voice, my business partner, my friend. "It's all set," he was saying, his tone casual. "Once the sale is finalized, Ethan won't have a leg to stand on." Cassandra laughed softly. "He's brilliant, but naive. He never saw this coming. Honestly, it was too easy." I stood there, frozen. I wanted to believe I'd misheard, but the papers spread out on the table confirmed it. They had been plotting against me for months, selling off my intellectual property, laundering the profits, and setting themselves up for success while leaving me to take the fall. My breath caught in my chest, and for a moment, all I could feel was disbelief. How could she? How could they? Finally, I stepped into the light, my voice startling them both. "Too easy, huh?" The shock on their faces was satisfying for only a second before Cassandra's expression shifted. She didn't look guilty or remorseful, just annoyed. "Ethan," she said smoothly, like I was interrupting her, "it's not what you think." "Don't insult me," I snapped. "I know exactly what this is." Damien had the decency to look nervous, but Cassandra? She didn't flinch. She crossed her arms and stared me down, her gaze as cold as ice. "This is business," she said flatly. "You were too trusting, Ethan. Too nice. You built something great, but you didn't have the guts to take it further. Damien and I did what had to be done." Her words hit me harder than any punch ever could. I had trusted her with everything. My company, my life, my love, and she'd torn it apart for greed. I swallowed the lump in my throat, my voice quiet but firm. "You'll regret this." She smirked, her arrogance cutting deep. "No, Ethan, you will." I didn't say another word. I turned and walked out, leaving the ring in my pocket to burn a hole in my heart. The weeks that followed were a blur of anger, grief, and resolve. I couldn't let them win, but I also couldn't rush. I needed time to think, to plan, to rebuild. They thought I was finished, and I let them believe it. Cassandra and Damien paraded their new venture like it was a trophy. Their success built on the bones of everything I had created. I watched from the sidelines as they celebrated, waiting for the right moment to strike. And while they were busy basking in their stolen glory, I got to work. Damien was sloppy, leaving a digital trail of their betrayal. Cassandra might have been the mastermind, but he was the weak link, and I exploited every mistake he made. Bank transfers, forged contracts, insider deals, I uncovered it all. But I didn't stop there. I reached out to investors, journalists, and lawyers, people who still believed in me. One by one, I pieced together the evidence and waited for the perfect storm. The first domino fell 6 months later. A news article exposed Damien and Cassandra's shady dealings, and the fallout was immediate. Investors pulled out, lawsuits piled up, and their shiny new empire began to crumble. But I wasn't satisfied with just watching them fail. I wanted Cassandra to feel the weight of her choices, to truly understand what she had done to me. One night, I let myself into her apartment, the same one we had once shared. The place was quiet, eerily so, as I sat in the shadows and waited. When she walked in, she froze, her eyes widening in shock. "Ethan!" I stood slowly, my voice calm and steady. "Hello, Cassandra?" She swallowed hard, her usual confidence faltering. "What are you doing here?" I smiled faintly. "I wanted to see the look on your face when you realized it's over." Her lips parted, but no words came. I laid it all out for her. How I had dismantled everything she and Damien had built, piece by piece. How the money was gone, the investors had abandoned her, and Damien had fled, leaving her to face the wreckage alone. Her composure shattered, tears welling in her eyes. "Ethan, please!" I made a mistake. I wasn't thinking clearly. "Stop!" I said, cutting her off. "You don't get to cry now. You betrayed me, Cassandra. You destroyed everything we built. And for what? Money? Power?" "I loved you," she whispered, her voice trembling. I laughed bitterly. "You don't know what love is, but you'll learn what regret feels like." I left her there, broken and alone. In the days that followed, her world continued to unravel. Her name was dragged through the mud, her career destroyed, and every door she tried to open slammed shut. As for me, I rebuilt, slowly, steadily, and stronger than ever. My company rose from the ashes, my reputation restored. Cassandra once said I was too trusting. Maybe she was right. But in the end, it wasn't my trust that destroyed me. It was her greed. And now, she lives with the regret of what she lost. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Your support helps us grow and bring even more amazing stories to life. See you in the next video.